is going on tonight, all you YouTubers out there? This is the Club of the Man 1993, and boy, do I wish I had the weather of the theme here on this show, as we are live for this week's AEW All Elite Wrestling's little special beach break. 2021 took place once again tonight, February 3rd, 2021 at Daly's Place in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm going to break down everything that happened on this show and go from there, as we are about a month away from AEW Revolution next month, March the 7th, I believe? March 6th, March 7th? One of the two. One of the two. I can't remember which one it is, but it's taking place next month. And overall, I thought the show was good. I don't think it was quite as good as I had hoped for. I think the problem was, we had two really great matches involving the people in this graphic, but I think the problem was the weakest part of the show to me was the main thing this show was hyped up for, and that was the wedding between Penelope Ford and Kip Sabian. That was pretty weak. We'll talk about that when we get to it. Other than that, the show was still good. There was some stuff I thought that came in a little bit better than it was, or just some stuff that's starting to feel a little bit, repetitive. So I'll say it was a good show, but I don't think it was quite as good as I had hoped it was going to be. But we'll roll into it. We'll talk about it. I'll want you to hear your thoughts as well. And we will just go from there. What's up, Elite Squad? Elite Squad said both shows delivered. Again, I did not get to watch any of what's it called? NXT yet, of course, so definitely no spoilers there involving that. Let me check something real quick, because something's being a little bit goofy on... Okay, never mind. For some reason, I was just checking my own stream, because for some strange reason on my thing over here, it's showing that part of the screen's cut off. So I just wanted to be safe. Nothing was bad. But thank you for joining me here, Elite Squad. But let's talk about the show. So we opened up with a battle royale, basically between tag teams to determine who was going to be the number one contender for the AEW World Tag Team Champions, and will face the champs, the Young Bucks, at Revolution. And then the interesting twist of this match, though, was the Young Bucks were in the match, even though they're the champions. But they said if they win, they will choose who they challenge at Revolution, which I thought this was going to lead to a match between the Young Bucks and the Good Brothers. Obviously, again, teasing that dissension between Kenny Omega and picking either the Good Brothers, the original Bullet Club, or the Young Bucks, one of the two. So I thought that's what was happening. To my surprise, though, we had ended up being Chris Jericho and MJF. Now, throughout the match, because there was more teams, which I was a little confused by that. If there was more members of the Inner Circle, well, then again, there's more members of this, even Dark Order in there as well. So it's I guess even if you had more people in their stable that was in the match, if they got eliminated, that I guess if they won, then they get to choose, of course, who represents the team. Of course, as the Inner Circle just had that match recently with that 6-man triple threat match. Basically, the winners would be the ones to be that tag team, be able to challenge for the tag titles. So obviously, as they continue this storyline where they're teasing more and more of the dissension of the Inner Circle, it's just looking more and more like the bond with Jericho and MJF is remaining strong. But, obviously the rest of the Inner Circle is not. And they're starting to form, again, some cracks. And especially they're starting to get a little more involved with the Sammy Guevara angle anyways. I believe MJF or someone, whoever it was, eliminated Sammy Guevara, which obviously, again, just, ticked him off even more. And when MJF and Jericho won, Sammy wanted nothing to do with the celebration, just walked out. So we're going in the Young Bucks versus Chris Jericho and MJF at Revolution. Okay, I'm pretty sure the Young Bucks are going to retain there. I mean, I feel like, if the Young Bucks were to drop the titles to somebody, right now, I'd say it may be either maybe Private Party with their fresh heel turn, with them being the team with Matt Hardy, Big Money Matt Hardy, or again Jurassic Express, obviously, who I'm waiting to see them fully push Luchasaurus, Jungle Boy, and so forth. But a fun battle royale opened up the show, and again, it's furthering on the tease of the dissension and the breakup of the Inner Circle. We have another segment with Darby Allin and Sting, and Team Taz warns them that they're coming, and Sting warns Ricky Starks that he will be there next week to ensure that only things remain one-on-one for the TNT Championship match. Again, I said this 2 weeks ago, and last week I kind of liked them to do something different, but once again, it's just another promo with, Team Taz basically saying, I got a problem with you two, and you're all going to hear about it. And no, I was not trying to do, pull off the introduction for Festivus for any Seinfeld fans out there, but I was just like, okay, this is kind of the repetitive thing, but next week we're supposed to be getting a match for the TNT Championship between Darby Allin and Joey Janela, and obviously Sting wants to make it an even fight and not have people from Team Taz interfere, but again, it's just getting to the point where again it's just really getting repetitive, so at least we'll get something different with it next week. We'll see. One of the best matches of the night, in my opinion, to me. This match I've been waiting for weeks. Thunder Rosa versus Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Awesome match. It was aggressive. It was technical. It was personal. It was physical. Definitely one of the best women's matches we've probably seen in AEW for sure. And I knew these two could put on a clinic. And to me, honestly, they probably could put on an even better match on pay-per-view. They announced the women's bracket for the number one contenders eliminator tournament. Again, what if they had the blow off for that tournament? Maybe at Revolution, and we get a rematch. I don't know how the bracket's gonna be set, but maybe we get a rematch between Dr. Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa. Maybe can they put on a really good match? I'd like to see them have a pay-per-view match, even better. And of course, they protected Thunder Rosa very well because towards the end of the match, Reba actually exposed the turnbuckle, and then I think Britt had sent Thunder Rosa face first to the turnbuckle, knocked her out, and choked her out basically with the lockjaw on her, and she gets the victory. Big time victory for a lot of good momentum for Britt Baker heading into the Eliminator tournament. It may be where Britt finally wins the title. Again, it's time. Again, Britt Baker, to me, honestly, again, Hikaru Shida has been a decent champion. Again, she just hasn't had much work given to her. But Dr. Britt Baker is definitely the best in that women's division. It's kind of how it was looking with Kenny Omega. It's like, okay, you held off on them for a while. Now let's give them the gold. And Britt Baker, you've held off on her for a while. It's time to give her the gold now. So, great victory for Britt Baker and great momentum for sure to roll into Revolution. What's up, Tyler? Tyler's giving the show a B. Nice. Matt Hardy would then convince Hangman Adam Page to be his tag partner against Chaos Theory, and they won the match. But of course, Matt Hardy tagged himself in and took all the credit for it. Hangman Adam Page is like, whatever. But I don't know if this is going to lead to a match between Hangman Adam Page and Matt Hardy at some point. We'll wait and see. But that was a good match also. And then, of course, we had Jericho and MJF head to their little hangout with the rest of the Inner Circle carrying beer. And then when they walk in, though, it's like nobody from the Inner Circle was really that happy. And Sammy Guevara basically just just walks out. And it basically says he's had enough of, what Jericho and MJF are doing, basically. Obviously, again, this is MJF, forming the cracks to steal the inner circle or to, to break away the inner circle from Chris Jericho. And after Jericho goes chasing after Sammy Guevara, he goes, I need to talk to you guys about something. Shut the door. We don't know what he talked about. So, I'll wait and see where that goes. Obviously, again, this is slowly setting up more and more for MJF to basically either ruin the inner circle or have the inner circle turned on Chris Jericho. Which at this point, probably, of course, is not going to happen until sometime after Revolution. So, we'll see where it goes. It still feels maybe just a tad too soon, I'd say, for the inner circle to break up. But, when the right person's involved in, forming, the cracks with MJF, then, it's something to keep a little more considered, I'd say. Got that. Then we had, alright. So then we have the wedding of Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. And, of course, with the best man, Miro. So, first, let's put this into perspective. This was probably the main thing, the biggest hype. The first thing that they hyped them up as for the show. The main attraction for this show, the wedding between Kip Sabian and Penelope Ford. Obviously, we were hoping for, something to happen. Maybe something that would send, Miro to another level. Or, maybe he was going to steal Penelope Ford. Or whatnot. They had this wedding. And to me, it felt like watching a wedding just a slight bit more tolerable, not as insulting version of Bobby Lashley and Lana. It kind of felt something like that, except not as intelligent as insulting. So, for starters, they exchange their vows, they share the kiss, they just get married. Afterwards, Miro goes through his best man speech. Of course, he also stops the minister or master of ceremonies to do the whole thing of who objects this wedding. He goes, no, we're not doing that. I've been asked that so many times, getting firing shots several times at the WWE in his promo here. He goes, we're just going to skip that and just move on. So they kiss, they have the bachelor party where Miro ignites the crowd to singing, what is love or something like that. Well, the other thing was Chuck Taylor was still Miro's butler. But basically, this whole thing just led to Chuck Taylor snapping on Miro, and then eventually Orange Cassidy came out of the cake or whatnot, and I'm sure that was a shot at Bobby Lashley when he came out of the cake, or whatever WWE made of him do during that feud last year, and again, I don't know. It's just it wasn't insulting, but it didn't feel like a big deal at all whatsoever to me. It really didn't. Again, when you have something like this that hypes up your show, it's the first thing you use to hype it up, one of the biggest things that was used to hype up this show. And then, again, I just personally felt like it just ended with a wet fart. It was okay, what was the point of all the hype for this just to see this happen? No big bombshell broke or anything other than the fact that, Chuck Taylor, helped with the help of Orange Cassidy, turned Miro and whatnot. But I don't know, where they're going to go with this, or, how they're going to follow up from this. I mean, it's what really came out of it? Nothing really. It was just, it just was a okay to whatever type segment I thought it was. So, yeah, definitely weakest part in the show. I didn't really like it, but we'll move on. We were then confirmed by Shaquille O'Neal that he's going to wrestle Cody Rhodes on the March 3rd episode of Dynamite. And rumors are because the weekend of Revolution is the weekend that of the NBA All-Star Game, so Shaq will not be able to wrestle then, so he'll wrestle on live TV for free. Definitely like a hairy spot there, but you know, he's not going to be able to take care of this quickly. So, you know, why I'm sorry. I thought completely something else when I yawned there. But, you know, obviously he's not going to be able to take care of this on the weekend. But, I don't know, like I said, why give it away on free TV, though, you know? It's just, again, I'm not sure. Even so, the whole match itself, I'm not super duper crazy about. And I'll say this also, there's been a lot of tag matches teased or announced for this show. I want to cool off on them just a bit, I feel. But, you know, whatever. Eddie Kingston and Lance Archer had a pretty good lumberjack match, which Archer won. Again, still confused about Archer's character and based off what happened in the main event. Still very confused. But we have that. And then we have FTR complaining that they were banned from the show because of, you know, what them attacking Jurassic Express last week at their match. Okay. Whatever. And then they kidnap Marco's stunt basically and hold him hostage until but then at this point again, you know, the battle royal is over, so what's it going to do for them? They get out of their, you know, suspension. I don't know. Joey Janela then hyped up the TNT title match he's going to have with Darby Allin next week, and then we got our main event: Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers versus Pac, Rey Fenix, and Jon Moxley. Fun match. Very well told story. Obviously, the three Babyfaces just wanted to get their hands on Jon Moxley after their history they've had with them, and of course he just has his goons in the Good Brothers. Again, a very fun, great back and forth match. Especially the people who got to get in there and get like some time as like, you know, 1-on-1 versus Kenny, which is pretty sweet. But after the match though, the Good Brothers continue to beat down on Rey Fenix. Jon Moxley comes in and tries to make the save, but then Moxley starts getting, beaten down until he broke free. So things are looking good there, right? Well, then some guy in a black, coat and hood came in, covered up, and attacked Moxley. And like, who the heck is that? And who was it? Formerly Hideo Itami Kenta, which coming up for one of the Wrestle Kingdoms or the New Japan pay-per-views. Jon Moxley's going to be wrestling with the IWC or ICW, whatever it is, United States Championship against Kenta. The fact that they actually had someone from New Japan come over now here just, again, definitely appeals to my interest. So could we see more Kushida? I'm sorry, Kenta? We'll see. I thought he looked in excellent shape. The purple hair actually is a pretty nice touch for him. But yeah, that's Beach Break, guys. Again, a good show. I gave it a B. Expected a little bit better, but I still thought it was good. Gave it a B, and again, the weakest part of the show is still definitely that wedding. Live chat, what do we got here? And Tyler just thought the wedding was lame. Me too. But yeah, that's going to do it, guys. Also, make sure to check out my video about Lars Sullivan's release. Make sure to also check out my anything involved in the Royal Rumble from this past weekend. My video about who Brock Lesnar should face in WrestleMania 37. And also, because they announced the actual name for it now, my NXT TakeOver Vengeance Day card predictions. Check out those as well. Give them some love and respect, everybody. Let's go with it. So do it for my Beach Break review, guys. Gave the B. What were your thoughts on this show, guys? Make sure to leave your thoughts down in the comments section below. And be sure as always to slap a like on the video and subscribe or comment to my channel. Follow me on Twitter at DemandAirborne93. Until then, guys, I'm checking out. I'll see you guys probably tomorrow for my NXT review. Have a great rest of your night, folks. Peace out, everybody.